McLeod is one of the best running backs in the nation, and he's committed to the University of Florida. He's a sophomore in high school, so he's class of 3023. He actually committed to Florida on the channel a couple of weeks ago. And he's in the running for the high school player of the year because he has 20 rushing touchdowns on the season. He also visited Ohio State. Even though he's committed to Florida, he's still weighing out his options for other teams. Ohio State is a great option in my opinion, but he's only a sophomore, so we got a long way to go before he actually gets to college. But yeah, at IMG, one of the best running backs in the nation. Great power back. He has great speed and all that. When you turn the film on, what you see from Jermaine McLeod is not a make you miss type of back. Doesn't make guys miss in the open field, but he's definitely going to run you over and he's going to run by you. So if you're a linebacker in the open field, if you're a safety in the open field, you better buckle your chin strap when you running up into Jermaine McLeod. The next recruit that we have is Cato Hendricks. Cato Hendricks went on a visit to LSU. He really enjoyed his time visiting the Bayou Bengals because this is his second time going there. He went there earlier in the season for one of their games and showed you how much of a talent he is all throughout the season because he's leading for National Player of the Year. And he also visited Ohio State. Both of these schools have a long lineage of wide receivers that they send to the NFL, and they're all elite. Even though Cato Hendricks is only a sophomore in high school, class of 3023, this man is deadly in the open field. If he was a senior this year, I think he'd be the #1 player in the country. Like, look at what he can do in the open field. Just going up against his rival, spin move, break to the outside. Nobody's catching this man from behind. He's 6'3", 225 pounds, and he has 4.3 speed, can run great routes, has great hands, insane ups, can make dudes miss in the open field. Like, what more do you want from a player? And not to mention, he already has 1,200 rushing yards this season. Like, look at this. Open field, spin move. What you doing? Can't catch this man from behind because he's such a special talent. Insane wide receiver. Now, here's one of my favorite players in the class of 3023. Josh Prince, quarterback for Miramar High School, visiting Alabama. Josh Prince was the backup to Patrick Mahomes X at Miramar High School. After Mahomes had a slow start to the season, Prince ended up taking his spot, and this man has been dominant ever since he's been a starter. This man has only played in half of the season, but he has 31 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and not to mention he's one of the best runners in the open field. Every single week he makes wild plays like this, scrambling to his right, and he just flicked it like a flick of the wrist. Big time arm. Those it to one of the best wide receivers in the nation, Bo Carter, another Patreon member. He makes plays like this every single week. I have no idea how the Miramar coaching staff kept him on the bench, because he makes plays like this make it look easy against the number 13th ranked team in the nation. Just look at it, scrambling to the right, trying to find somebody open. See this man get open, he just flick of the wrist. Easy right there. Alabama is one of his first offers. They seen him play and they were like, we need to get this kid on campus. And look what he can do in the open field. Made one dude miss, made a second dude miss, ended up tripping over him, but he got a 33-yard gain on that play. Just shows you how talented Josh Prince is. He has the size, he has the speed, he can make dudes miss in the open field, he has the accuracy, has the big time arm, and he doesn't flinch under pressure. Look at this guy, all up in his face, right on the money to Bo Carter. All he had to do was stick his hands out. Next Patreon member we have on a visit is Jalen Battle, point guard that goes to IMG Academy, and he plays for the Florida Rebels EYBL team. Jalen Battle is such a talented point guard. He's only 6 feet tall, and he's from Tampa, Florida, but he's an absolute floor general. He can shoot as well. He can get to the rack. He's small, but great handles. He can do it all. His size may warrant some concerns for the next level, but I see all talent in this young man. Look at him right here. In and out crossover, another crossover, beautiful pass that ends up being a knockdown 3-point shot from Corey Bailey, a 5-star recruit. And look at this. He's also great at stealing the basketball. I think he'd be one of the top players in the nation, regardless of class, if he was a couple inches taller. Now, y'all saw me talk about Josh Prince earlier in this video. This is his #1 wide receiver right here, Bo Carter. Bo Carter and Tyrell Carter are brothers, and they both went on this visit. They actually went to a bunch of visits together. Both of them are class of 3023, and both of them play for Miramar High School. Here's Tyrell Carter, a lockdown cornerback. Now, Tyrell plays with 2 great corners, so he primarily plays nickel right now, but he can play outside as well. Don't get it twisted. This man is diverse, such a baller, the Carter brothers. They also went to Florida after their visit to Texas A&M. Here's Bo Carter right here. I think Bo Carter would fit in tremendously at Florida. They lost Alex Mathis in the first round of the draft last year, and they kind of need a speedy receiver to replace him. So Bo Carter would be a great replacement. Now, right here, Tyrell Carter, I think he would be great as Florida as well. Florida has some great DBs. They signed the #1 corner in the nation, Brandon Harper, last season. After their Florida visit, they also went to LSU, where they enjoyed their time as well. Bo Carter thought that it would be extremely cool if he could add to the wide receiver U legacy at LSU. LSU has some dog wide receivers in their history, so imagine him and Cato Hendricks on the same team. Tyrell Carter thought he could add to the DBU legacy at LSU. They got some great DBs at LSU. They actually sent a safety in the first round of last year's 30-20 NFL draft, Mason Everett. And Mason Everett's currently starting for the Philadelphia Eagles as a rookie, doing his thing out there. They actually wanted to visit a bunch of SEC schools, so the last SEC school that they went to was Oklahoma, the defending national champions, and Bo Carter really enjoyed his time there. The Oklahoma coaches were convincing Bo Carter and Tyrell Carter that they could help build the legacy of Oklahoma once again. Right now, Oklahoma's having a down season. They only have 2 wins in this entire season in the SEC. Pretty disappointing season by Oklahoma, but I think they'll bounce back. Especially if you add 2 dynamic talents like Bo Carter and Tyrell Carter, I think that they're going to be a package deal when they commit. When you turn the film on and watch Bo Carter, excellent at running routes and great body control. You see him when he ran that little comeback right there. Stopped the DB in his tracks and caught the ball on the sideline. Look at this right here. Beautiful route. They get wide open. That's a huge target for the quarterback Josh Prince to throw to. That's really hard to miss that kind of throw when your receiver's wide open like that. And then Tyrell Carter, his brother, lockdown cornerback. Like this up against Coco. Great job of knocking the football out. All over him. Great ball skills, doesn't even need to look back at the quarterback. Playing the receiver the entire time, just knocks the rock out. The next Patreon member that we have is Akio Kawaguchi from Long Beach Poly High School, visiting San Diego State. Akio is class of 3023 as well, only a sophomore. Not that known right now, so he's visiting smaller schools like San Diego State. But I tell you in the future, Akio Kawaguchi gonna be going to a lot bigger schools than San Diego State. Like, look at this right here. This is beautiful. In cut, great adjustment to the football that was thrown behind him. And he's not just your average route runner, great body control and all that. No. When you watch Akio Kawaguchi on film, extremely fast, great after the catch, he can do it all, to be honest with you. Next, we have one of my favorite athletes in the country, Jamal Prosser from J. Sarah Catholic High School. When you watch Jamal Prosser, one of the most athletic freaks in the nation, and he's only a freshman, class of 3024. Right here, he's visiting the University of Colorado, the Buffaloes. And Jamal Prosser is a free safety / wide receiver. Elite on both sides of the football, for sure. Every single game he shows up. And then after his visit to Colorado, he would visit USC. He looks very nice in them colors. I can't even lie to you. And when you cut the film on for Jamal Prosser, look at this right here. Elite change of direction ability. On this interception right here, he was on an island, a complete island. Look at this. Plant his foot in the ground, go make the play on the football, young man. He does it all. I don't think y'all understand how hard it is to really kind of like play the flats. And then soon as he cuts up, run right with the receiver stride for stride. And that's a very good wide receiver he's going up against. Mind you, he's only a freshman, so I think he could potentially be the best safety in the nation. And what's even more shocking is that when he plays wide receiver, he gets busy as well. I think he's equally talented on both sides of the football. You see him on this 37-yard touchdown reception. We gotta see a replay of this. Caught it on the slant. Make a dude miss in the open field, make 2 dudes miss, to be honest with you, and then run away from the entire defense. No one's catching this man from behind. Extremely fast. I think he might run a 4.3 as a freshman, might even run a 4.2. You never know. Such a talented football player. And last but not least, we got my man Bryson James, one of the most talented players in the nation for sure. Here he is on a visit to LSU. He's a tight end that plays for IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. He's from Virginia. Straight up dog when you cut the film on. And then he also went and visited USC. He's actually done this multiple times. But yeah, when he went to USC, USC really wants him badly. I think that they can feature him in a way that not many other teams can. When you cut the film on for Bryson James, first thing that pops off is deceptive speed and a deceptive route running. Extremely intelligent football player. When you look at him run routes, it's just so smooth. It looks like it's so easy to him. Sometimes you look at him and you think, man, why does this guy BSing on the field? But you look at him closely, it's like he just set him up for the route right there. Just mess this dude up in the open field. And you see nobody can catch him from behind. And this is a very talented Bishop Gorman team that he's going up against. And he's not just a receiving tight end, he can block as well. But something that he can do, track the football in the open field and then just show off his athleticism right here. This is one of my favorite plays that he's had all season. Had to adjust to the football. Look, his head is to the left. Look at this. Just snatched it out the open field, jumped over his own player. Bryson James is actually in the running for the High School National Gatorade Player of the Year award. I think he's second in the running to Cato Hendricks. Such a talented player, he already has 2,000 receiving yards. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. If you want to see Bryson James, one of my Road to Glory players, go up against a 3-star safety, Mikey Reynolds, another one of my Road to Glory players, then click this video right here. Or you can see every single Patreon Road to Glory video if you click on the playlist above.